The latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coming up next.
We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela Rivers, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Or should I say Dean Olsen, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple of years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end U, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Russ. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He'll try and get there on the ground. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Harris. And just a short pickup there to about the 44. Here's 2nd and 9. Another run here with Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in on the stop. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the gun, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
On fourth down, here's Cameron Johnston to punt for Pittsburgh. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. Leading them out, the veteran quarterback first-round pick back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
There was a time, and it wasn't very long ago, Mike, that this guy was trending towards becoming one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. He has to find a way to get back to stacking strong performances, one after another, and keep his team in the hunt. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays out, but if he plays well, his team is always going to have a strong chance of winning.
They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They need 8 as they come up for third down. From the shotgun, here's Watson. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
He's got it in the hands of Elijah Moore. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Watson. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Second and a yard. To throw is Watson. He's going to tuck it and go. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
On the carry, this is Nick Chubb. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Micah Fitzpatrick up to make the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Watson to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They need to get to the 22, but now face third down. Out of the gun. What? The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came. He's unblocked, and he's able to get home.
So on fourth down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Steelers offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. Open man downfield is Freiermuth. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
There's a lot of factors that make this play so successful, Mike, and clearly the ability of this tight end to not only find the open space in the defense, but then after the catch to turn into a runner. That is very rare at the tight end position. We're seeing it more and more often, though, over the last couple years. And then the accuracy of the quarterback to not only deliver the ball to the open receiver, but to do it in a way that allows him to comfortably turn into a runner and not have to slow down and pick up those extra yards after the catch.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's Wilson to throw. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Play action. Now, Wilson. It's to the sideline and caught by Pickens. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Here comes 3rd and 6. Wilson will throw again. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. Now on 4th down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This a 31-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Pierre Strong on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready for their second possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Back to throw is Watson. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Watson. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Now Watson keeping this on the zone read. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. The shotgun, Wilson. He'll let this go for Pickens. That'll be batted away, incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Austin brought in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Browns offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So just a lone field goal accounting for the scoring in the first half. 3-0 is our score. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just one score, one lone field goal. All these two teams could muster in half number one. What awaits us here in the second half? And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 3rd and 2. Watson. taking off. He'll try to get there. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
Great job here by the quarterback on 3rd and short, knowing that if nothing's there downfield, he can pick this up with his legs. And not only is he able to pick up the first down, he gets a whole lot more than that.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Back to throw is Watson. On throw, right side, taken by Njoku.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
To throw on 2nd down is Watson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
He brings it in, the tight end, Njoku. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. On the ground, this is 4. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Throwing is Watson. Backs to the open man. It's Tillman.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
They'll run here. It's Ford. And a nice run. It's down to the 5-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Again, it'll be Ford. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Jerome Ford. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Browns move out to a 7-3 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Steelers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll run. This is Jaylen Warren. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Play action. It's Wilson. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And he has missed this one. No good. And the deficit will stay right where it is.
You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Watson. To the left side, he's got Njoku.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Moore going in motion. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Now Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. We'll see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
The Browns getting their punting team out there as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Steelers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Going to get that into the hands of his receiver, Mike Williams. 14 yards on that pass play there. That's a Steeler 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Another try, 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
The Browns offense about ready to take over once more. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Watson going to give it to Chubb. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
They bring Judy in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Once again, it's Chuck. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain. Watson will make the read and holds on. The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll drop to throw. This throw left is complete with Judy. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is first and goal. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down 2-E.